Now, there are probably hundreds of ways that you can generate leads for free, but many of these strategies are very time consuming. So there's a lot of manual work involved. And a quick example of this would be things like posting on different Facebook groups and then adding people as friends on these Facebook groups and then direct messaging them. So even though this strategy can work, it's not necessarily the best use of your time. Other strategies can generate leads, but they're very slow when it comes to generating leads, and you don't really get a lot of great results from it. And an example of this would be things like posting on social media every single day on all your different social media channels. Yes, it can help with brand awareness. Yes, you might even get some leads from it, but it's not a very effective lead generation strategy. And then finally, other strategies are simply not as effective as they used to be. And this strategy involves things like maybe networking events, which in the past were more effective than they were today. And also maybe things like cold calling or cold emailing. These kinds of things are strategies that may have worked well in the past, but as time goes on, they're becoming less and less effective. So instead, I want to go through what are my top 3 lead generation strategies that are, number 1, very effective. Number 2, they can be automated or at least evergreen so that you do the work once and then you generate leads for many months and then years into the future, and strategies that are not likely to become outdated anytime soon. So to get started, my number 1 choice would be LinkedIn lead generation, but not LinkedIn lead generation in the way you may be used to it. So when it comes to using LinkedIn to generate leads, there are a lot of people that are just posting on their LinkedIn profiles or their LinkedIn company page. And again, that doesn't really do much in terms of generating leads. There are also people that are just adding random LinkedIn connections and then they're messaging them, asking if they want to jump on a quick 15-minute call. Again, this is not a very effective way to use LinkedIn. Or even worse, they're connecting to people and then pitching their services straight away. And again, this doesn't work very well. And people are being bombarded with messages like this. And most of the time, people just ignore it. So the way that we use LinkedIn is more about providing value to people first before you even think about selling to them. So the way it would work is very simple. You would first of all connect to potential clients. So you would be very picky with who you connect with. And then instead of messaging them, pitching your services, or maybe asking if they want to jump on a call, you message them asking them if they want to watch a video that you've recorded that goes through how you can solve a problem that they have. This video is what I actually call a video sales letter. And I have another video that goes through how you can create a video sales letter in more detail. And if you actually want to see an example of the video sales letter in action, you can also go to salesappointmentsmasterclass.com. That is my own video sales letter that I use. And in that video, it explains how you can get predictable leads and appointments every single month with your ideal clients. And then at the end of the video, if you like what you hear, you can either go ahead and do it yourself, or you can hire us to help you do it. But anyway, going back to LinkedIn, and the reason why this strategy works so well is because you're not selling to them straight away. No one really wants to have a call with you if they don't even know if you can really help them or not. So by having a video that explains how you can solve a problem that they have, they are going to learn more about what it is that you do. And then they themselves can decide if they actually want to have a call with you or not. This is a much softer approach and an easier approach for people to reply back and say, yeah, I'd be interested in having a look at a video, because they're not committing to a call or anything like that. And it's much easier for people to watch a short video that explains how you can help them versus them scheduling a call with you without even knowing if you can actually help them or not at this point in time. Now, my second favorite channel for generating leads for free is Google. So of course, because it's free, we're not going to be using paid ads on Google. Instead, we'll be using SEO or search engine optimization, which basically means ranking your content at the top of Google for keywords related to the services that you provide your clients. Now, when it comes to ranking at the top of Google for different keywords, I don't recommend that you target very high level keywords that have a lot of competition. I instead recommend that you target keywords that have lower competition and less searches, but they're much easier to rank for. So these are what is called the long tail keywords. And these are going to be keywords that don't necessarily have a lot of competition, but if anyone types in this long tail keyword and they find you, there's a high chance they're actually going to end up working with you because it's a very specific phrase related to something that you can help people with. And because it's a very specific phrase, there's going to be less competition and it's going to be much easier and quicker for you to be able to rank for that keyword. And even though many of these long tail keywords might not give you a lot of search traffic on its own, if you rank for a variety of different long tail keywords, that can actually get you a lot of search traffic and very targeted search traffic as well. And the great thing about ranking your content on Google is that once you create the content and it's ranking on Google, there's not a lot of work that you need to do. So the only time that you spend with this activity is creating the content in the first place. But once you've created the content and it's ranking at the top of Google, you can start to get traffic, you can start to get leads, and you can start to get clients from this piece of content for months and years into the future. In fact, I've got content that I've created on my blog going back years now that's still bringing leads every single day, and is still bringing clients every single month. And I haven't even touched that article apart from maybe updating it once or twice a year if any information becomes irrelevant. So as you can see, this is way less time consuming than other strategies, which may involve things that you have to do every single day, such as posting on different Facebook groups and connecting to people and having conversations with them. And yes, that stuff can work, but it's very, very time consuming. So this strategy only involves a lot of work in the beginning to create the content. But once that content is ranking, you can then reap the rewards for many years to come. And then finally, my last favorite channel for generating leads for free, or at least for very low cost, would be YouTube SEO. And YouTube SEO works very similar to Google SEO. The only difference is that instead of creating a written blog post or a written article, you're creating a video. So the way that I do it is I do both. When I'm creating written content, I turn that written content into a video. Or I could do it the other way around. If I create a video first, I can then turn that video into written content. So that means with one piece of content, you can actually rank on Google and on YouTube. And you can do this without needing to put in a lot of extra work because you're only creating the content once. And the great thing with YouTube SEO and even Google SEO is that you don't need a lot of views on your content. Because if the content is very specific to your target audience, you can still generate leads every single month. And just using my own YouTube channel as an example, you can see right now on this page that my YouTube videos don't have millions of views. I don't have hundreds of thousands of subscribers or anything like that. I just have a simple YouTube channel that focuses on content that is related to problems my potential clients have. And by creating these YouTube videos, even though they don't have tons and tons of views like other YouTube channels out there, they still generate at least 100 leads every month, and they still generate clients every single month as well. And these are from videos that are recorded once, and then once it's recorded, they can bring in new leads every single month. So in your case, you can do the same kind of thing. You can create content, whether that be videos or whether that be blog posts or maybe even both, related to problems that your potential clients have. Now, if you want to learn a little bit more about how this all works in more detail, then go to salesappointmentsmasterclass.com. Because in that video, it will go through how you can generate leads on LinkedIn, on Google and YouTube, and even on Facebook through Facebook ads. And it will go through how you can generate leads and appointments every single month with your ideal clients using these different channels. So again, just go to salesappointmentsmasterclass.com if you're interested in learning more. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.